This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Elisha. So I guess I have to introduce myself a little bit. So I am the news editor at GamingTrend. It's a small site, and you can follow me on there or Katamari's Forever on Twitter. This is FANDOM Fridays, presented by the CHRILLCAST, featuring me, Elisha.
So what do we talk about on FANDOM Fridays? For those people that don't know, we talk about our latest pickups, what we're currently playing, and then at the end we'll each recommend one game for the audience. All right, so why don't we start with Elisha?
All right, so actually, we kind of like at GamingTrend we cover a lot of stuff. So we'll do like comics / manga and also board games and everything. So I guess maybe like 3 recent things that I picked up. Or one of them is not really recent, but I've like picked it up again from buying it. So anyways, first of all is a weird title called Real Fishing,
really?
Road Trip Adventure. It's I don't know if you've know Natsume, which is the Harvest Moon people, but they made this game called I believe it's called Real Fishing in the series. It's kind of just basically a fishing sim, but it's kind of like a visual novel. So think of like the Persona 4 mini game. You know, like where you're fishing, that social link. It's like that, but a little more in depth, I guess, with what it is. It's only, I think, yeah. And then you have like social links. You have like 3 people you can like talk with. It's kind of like considering the matter. It's only $30. I mean, it's not too bad. I picked it up just because I don't think we got review code for it, and I actually did want to try it out. So I was like, okay. Second thing, I'd like to plug Batman White Knight. I picked this up actually last year, but I started reading it just now. Basically, it's kind of a Sean Murphy wrote this, and basically it's kind of like the Joker became sane after he took some pills, and Batman is kind of like not the best person. So it's a deconstructed,
Okay.
it's a deconstruction of the Batman and Joker relationship, kind of like the platonic sort of. Well, I don't know if it's platonic, but like Joker's obsession with being a rival with him, and Batman how he's not all what he does is kind of like it's legal but unethical sort of things. And then you also have there's also kind of a 2 splits with 2 Harleys. There's one Harley that's like really good for him, and there's another one that's based off like the Suicide Squad Harley that becomes like a Neo Joker when the Joker becomes sane. So
Interesting. That sounds really cool. I like the Batman comic, so.
yeah, so it was like I think it's an 8 or 9 issue miniseries that got collected into a trade. So I'm reading it right now. It's really good.
So would you say the contrast between Batman would be similar to Batman from the Dark Knight versus Batman versus Superman Batman? Because he kind of throws all care out the window of what he destroys in the process of Batman versus Superman.
Right, but the thing is, everyone's calling him out on it. So I think there's Nightwing and there's also Batgirl. Like basically, it's like the 3 of them plus Commissioner Gordon, and they're kind of acting like a leash to him. Like Batman, you're destroying the city, and then like the Joker is a sane person. I believe his name was Jack in it. He kind of finds like a loophole. Like they have this like Batman disaster fund that was kind of like money laundering from another fund itself. So it's like, why are you spending $1 million on like roads, but the roads are terrible? It's the Batman fund, right? Like Batman Rescue Fund to recoup damages. So yeah, it's a really interesting story. I'm excited to see how it ends. And then last pickup is I like Kickstarter. Kickstarter is great. I picked up this game called Bulk. It's like a simple strategy kind of auction. It's really good. It's up to 4 players. It's simple. I feel like you could only really play it once per night in terms of how the game is played. It kind of like not loses interest, but like you'll see what the game has like once, and then you'll play it again like maybe a couple nights later. But it's kind of like you just bid on point cards. Yeah, so you bid on point cards, and basically you need to make sure you know which cards you want to get. Because if you have a tie, no one gets the card. So it's like a strategy game. Like, do I want the card? Do I want to try to get something? Play high now, low later. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my 3 pickups.
There's a game kind of like that. It's similar in style, but a little different in execution called Bidiots. It comes with
Jackbox 2.
Yes, yes. It's kind of got a similar mechanic of auctioning for things, and you only have a specific amount of points. So, anyways, All right, Will, you want to go ahead and do yours?
Yeah, so my latest pickups are not nearly as interesting or unique. And one of them I'm not particularly proud of, but I kind of wanted to try it, and it was only $2. So it'll be the first one I show you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I realize it's Call of Duty, and I've crapped on Call of Duty kind of a lot in this podcast.
I didn't
but
like that one.
I wanted to try it. The ads were cool, and I mean it's $2, so I figured why not? I might as well try it. It's got Kevin Spacey in it. I realized Kevin Spacey's fallen out of grace since then, but he's still a good actor. And then I've actually owned this game in the past, Tomb Raider, but I only have a digital version of it now, and I wanted to get the physical version again. I really enjoy this game. I have yet to beat it, but I'm probably about a third way through the latest playthrough that I've done. So I'm pretty excited about that. And this is the one that you should be excited about, Chris. Aw, snap. Here we go again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I haven't played this, and I think it was originally an expansion for the Grand Theft Auto 4, but it's actually like its own complete game, so I'm kind of excited. Yeah. So that's what I picked up. I'm playing through a couple games right now. I'm still playing through Gears of War, Final Fantasy VII, and also Twilight Princess I started. And Chris knows this. Maybe you'll bring up the picture that I sent you of the weirdest thing in Twilight Princess is this naked lady mixed with a chicken. It's like,
that's not what that is.
It's what it looks like, though.
Is it safe for work?
What's the name of it?
Just look it up, man.
What's
That's
it called
exactly
again?
what that looks like. It's an ooh. What are the chickens called themselves? I can't remember.
I'm just gonna
Cuckoos.
It's an ooh cuckoo then. There it is. It looks like a naked lady mixed with a chicken. That's what that is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's been a while
you
since
even
you've
see
seen
the little boobs.
I don't know if it's been a while since you've seen a naked lady, Will, but I've never seen a naked lady that looks like that.
That's what it looks like when it's mixed with a chicken.
It's literally a chicken.
What are you talking about? All right,
chicken.
come on, Elijah.
Look at
Right?
this thing. It's a
Naked
chicken.
lady.
It look, yeah, I can see the resemblance.
All right. So
That's
when
a
I knock
Gorgon.
over
Gorgon.
a random pot and that thing pops out of nowhere, it's very weird.
Can you kill it, or is it just
No.
No,
there?
it like warps me
helps
between
you.
like in and out of the dungeon. I think. I don't know. I didn't use it, but it's
You have to
in my
point that out,
inventory.
Hey, Will, I'm a little disappointed that your current pickups did not include Hardwired the book.
I know. You have to remind me this week so I can actually go get it.
Elijah, do you know what I'm talking about?
I feel like I do, but I'm just, yeah.
Hardwired the book is the book, the material that Cyberpunk 2077 is based on.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Nice.
so Hardwired the book came out a long time ago, and then following that, there was a tabletop RPG called Cyberpunk 2020. All right, and then that game intrigued the developers at Red.
CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red had heard of this and said, "Ooh," and they got licensed to the franchise, and now they're producing Cyberpunk 2077 with the help of Keanu Reeves.
I'm excited about that. I don't know. I wasn't super psyched, and then I see Keanu Reeves. I'm like, okay, Keanu Reeves, let's do it, man.
You're gorgeous. Is that what he says?
You're breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking. Everyone's breathtaking.
Hardwired. And then it's funny because there's Metallica Hardwired, right? But Hardwired book.
How far into the book are you already?
Chapter 4.
Okay.
It's only
I can catch
really,
up.
this book is like 250 pages. It's just taking me a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is the book. This is the cover for the Amazon version on Kindle.
Absolute unit.
Yeah. So.
I can just download it to my phone. I don't have my Nook on me.
But anyways, are you all set, Will? You got anything more?
Nope, that's all I picked up this week.
Did you talk about what you were currently playing, Elisha?
No, I don't think I was.
Go ahead. Then I'll jump in.
So actually, I'm currently working on a column right now called Bust Out the Backlog for GamingTrend. It's going to start on Thursday, because like Throwback Thursdays. I'm working through like a lot of my old Steam games and like Switch games that I bought but I didn't play. You know what I'm saying? We all have backlogs. Don't lie to me. You have like a dozen games probably at least, right? So I'm working
like
on
40 or 50, but
I'm
we're
probably
not talking
got
about
like
that.
100 and
Right. So yeah, I just finished a couple for that column. I think DuckTales Remastered. I just I finished up playing stuff. Currently, right now, I'm reviewing Castle Crashes Remastered.
Ooh,
So,
I love that
yeah.
game. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
such a
that
good game.
If you haven't got, like, I believe it's on PS4 also, but that game is great. DuckTales Remastered is pretty good too. I know you can't really get it anywhere because it got delisted, unless you want to buy it physically, in which case be prepared to pay like 30-40 bucks. But yeah, so yeah, it was on sale for like 2 days. Yeah, so currently playing Castle Crashers Remastered, trying to find like people to play it with online. So
oh no, I sold my copy. My copy's gone.
Oh no.
I sold it a while back.
Right. So yeah, so basically, yeah, that's what I'm getting on. Also Untitled Goose Game. I don't know if you
Yeah, I know.
played it yet.
PewDiePie played it, so I know about it.
It's fun. Donkey played it too. I was laughing so hard.
It's not even a bad price. I think it was originally 20 when I bought it in the Xbox.
Right. So that's what I'm currently
Such a good game. Such a good game. Really, it's so good. I love that game.
I can see why it's so popular.
It's so much fun. All right, is that all you got then?
Do you have recommendations as well, or
at the end?
I don't know. Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm done.
This is a game I've picked up several times before.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Solid choice.
Such a good game. If you like Mario Party style games, but you like the mini games, and you like Crash Bandicoot, this is such a good game to play. It really is. It's just like mini games, Crash Bandicoot styled, kind of like Mario Party's just remix of just mini games to play. But there's like bosses and stuff, so it's like you're moving through like level, boss, next level, level, boss, next level. You're just kind of going up, this giant thing, right?
Right.
And this I picked up a long time ago, but I've never talked about it. The best version of Need for Speed ever made.
Yeah, I could see that.
Ever
arguments
made.
For that.
Because it's complete. It does not require anything online, and I still play it to this day. It's my favorite arcade racing game ever made. And it was like came out for the Xbox, the PS2, and the GameCube. But then they re-released it for some reason on the 360 when that came out. This is the best version of the game. There's no better, unless maybe PC with like enhanced mods or something. But this, other than that, is the best console version of the game ever made. Don't buy the junk they produced in 2012. It's an always online.
Yeah.
Race people. Yeah, just don't.
I think they're making another new one.
I hope they re-release this.
I think it's called Need for Speed Heat. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I just looked at it because I remember they sent us a video from it. Oh yeah, it looks nice.
So the whole stupid, weird, cringy CGI aside, that game has a great storyline where you're like racing towards the top of the list. You have actual people you're racing against that you come to dislike and have to race them and take their cars away from them. And at the end is just this epic police chase where you're escaping the city. It is awesome.
So it's like a Fast and Furious movie then.
Oh, it really is. It's like Fast and Furious come to life. But it's the best game. Do not buy the re-release in 2012 that they made. That's not a real. I don't know why they gave it the same title. It's not even the same game. But let me see if I've got it on here. Yeah, the 2005 version. That's what I'm talking about. They did do a re-release version. That's not actually. I'll show you what it looks like. As long as you can see what the title is or the art is. Let's see, where is it? Oh, hold on. This. Do not buy this junk.
Yep.
Ever.
Okay. I'll keep far away from that.
But, okay. So, why don't we go ahead and give a recommendation of a game to everybody. Will, you go first?
Oh, no. Put me in the hot spot.
I can give it to Elisha if you want.
Yeah, do that.
Alright, Elisha, you go first.
You want it? Okay, so you want a hot take that'll lose all credit for like all my credibility as a reviewer? Okay, let's go on game rankings real quick. Do you mind going in there?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm doing this. Okay, so search. Literally, search for the word Bubsy. I think pause on fire. That's what it's called.
Oh my god.
I'm going with this. Oh my gosh. Okay, look at this. Okay, see, not PS4 version. Yep. Okay, and go to. You can see it's there. Do you see that score right there? That means I recommended it. I see GamingTrend. If you click on that review, go back and click to the. Yeah, if you see that review, right there, it's an 80 out of 100. I don't like. That's a thing. Like, I don't know. Like, full disclosure, I actually did get to interview Bubsy like himself. I don't know why, but it actually is really fun. I personally thought it was good. It's I don't know if you played Runner 2 or Runner 3, like the Bit Trip Runner games.
I've seen how they play. I don't know that well, but
it's basically like
I liked Temple Run. I'm sure I would probably like this.
Right. It's basically like what do you call it? It's like basically a Runner 2 or Runner 3 type game where you're kind of like just going there and whatnot. I feel like I was a little bit too generous with it. Like, looking back, I probably would have given it a 70, but I did appreciate it for what it was worth. I actually did buy the Switch version. I haven't opened it yet, but like I have the PS4 version. I got the PS4 version to review. I would recommend it, but that's like my hot take because I don't know. I know people, kind of weird about that and Sonic, but yep, there you go. That's your video game hot take for the day.
Awesome.
Well, okay. I will accept your hot take, and I will raise you whatever Will's gonna say.
All right, so I mean, it's not as much of a hot take, but I like the Abe's Odyssey. I highly recommend that game.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember what the re-release is. It's New and Tasty, I think, or is that the newest one that's not out yet?
Dude, there is a ton of Abe's Odyssey. I don't know if you know this, but Limited Run Games has re-released a lot of them physically.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like, they did like Stranger's Wrath for the first PS3 release.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting that. I was like, oh wow. But yeah.
Oh, this is like a side-scrolling platformer, isn't it?
It is. It's really fun. It's quirky and enjoyable. And I mean, if you want the 3D adventure, I never actually played Stranger's Odyssey or Stranger's Wrath rather, but I played Munch's Odyssey, and I really enjoyed that back on the original Xbox. I think they have an HD version of it now for the PS3. If I remember correctly.
Nice.
No, yeah, they just re-released the physical version on PS3 too, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was what they just did. Yeah, that's I've considered that one a few times. I just never actually tried it. It looks almost like Donkey Kong Country graphics. From the
yeah, it kind of is. There's the HD or like the complete remake of that game. It was on Game Pass.
Oh,
Chris.
okay.
So you might be able to play that now.
Yeah, I've got Game Pass right now. Cool. Anything else you want to say about it?
It's quirky, fun. You make fart jokes, and it's wonderful. That's my kind of humor.
Oh, so it's like a side-scrolling version of oh, now my brain's not working. This is no good.
Earthworm Jim, Psychonauts.
No. Search of the Sea. Conquer. It's like Conquer.
Yeah, it's not as dirty as Conquer. Conquer like drinks and stuff. But in Munch's Odyssey, it's actually kind of funny. So if you're going through, it's like a 3D platformer game or puzzle type game, and there's a bunch of these little like soda machines throughout the levels, and it gives you different power ups. So sometimes they're like espresso machines or like extra bounce and things like that. And I don't know. Talking about drinking, you do drink things in the game. And like the shamans do get like wasted. It's pretty funny.
So this is gonna be very. Will's gonna get mad at me, but I'm gonna plug this series one more time.
Don't you dare say Persona.
Fire Emblem.
Oh, Fire Emblem. I'm not mad.
Dang.
I'm enjoying the one I have.
Actually, one of my biggest gaming regrets, I could have gotten that for $10 in 2006, and I didn't. I was so upset.
I got it. I've got the complete version with the disc. I got it for what was it? Full price, $40. I bought it when it was brand spanking new.
Yeah,
that was the whole reason I wanted a GameCube. Was the fact that this game came out. I've been a fan of this series since what year did the first one come out? Because I got it within the first year it came out.
2003 for the Game Boy Advance, I think.
So I've got every game except for Three Houses at this point. But
you didn't have Three Houses yet?
No, I don't have a Switch, so it doesn't really do me.
Oh yeah. I mean, buy it now, and then we get a Switch.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we now have Patreon.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, he's just making that up.
If you have a PayPal link, I'll just shoot it for me or something.
Yeah.
But no, I absolutely adore this series. It's one of my. It was the original series that kind of got me into RPGs. Because before this, I didn't really play anything RPG related. like almost.
You want to know what got me in the RPGs? Fable.
Fable. It's kinda.
It's like a RPG light.
Yeah, it really is. It's like Skyrim light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still love Fable. I'll never say anything bad about them.
No, it's. I like Fable 2. I like Fable 1, Fable 2, and I like Fable 3, which I know you don't like that much.
Nope. We can forget about that one.
I even have Fable the Journey.
We can definitely forget about that one. That one definitely doesn't exist.
You know, what's that game called? Oregon Trail. As an Oregon Trail simulator where you're like moving your.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but
that's
not what it was meant to be.
I like the Fable Heroes game, which is like the little beat 'em up game with little puppets. That's pretty fun.
So, back on to what I was saying. I absolutely love what these guys do with their manuals, and you'd have to own them to really know what I'm talking about. But they actually sit here and they like draw out every single unit.
Oh, cool.
And they show you what they look like. They give a little description. Every manual they've ever made, it like has all these unit types on there. It's like, who takes the time to do that? It's something that I've always found.
Anymore.
Something I've always found fascinating about intelligent systems, because they just take the time to do all these extra things that a lot of developers just didn't even do.
Mm-hmm.
But my love for Fire Emblem kind of dissipated around the time of the DS release of Shadow Dragon, because they just... I do own it now, but at the time I didn't pick it up, and then I didn't pick up a 3DS for the same reason, because Awakening just kind of made me... I know it's one of those spicy hot takes, but I did not like Awakening very much.
Okay, which is weird because that's like the first mainstream, I would assume, Fire Emblem. So I could understand.
I'm not a mainstream Fire Emblem player. I like when it was a niche game that they didn't really care about attracting 1 million people to play. But that's how Nintendo cares about franchises now, is that it has to attract a ton of people for them to keep releasing releases for it. You can't make a ton of money off a game that only sells 200,000 copies.
Remember Chibi Robo?
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I highly, highly recommend. This is probably top 3 Fire Emblem games, in my opinion. This one, the original, and I loved Echoes. I thought Echoes was like the best modern Fire Emblem game they did, barring if I like Three Houses still.
Unsurprisingly, it's also probably one of the most, I think, top 3 most expensive GameCube games right now. So I don't know, man. Yeah, it goes for a...
Let me just say this: if you can figure out a way to play this on the cheap, do it.
Okay.
I don't advocate for piracy, but
right.
However you want to play it, it's
Nintendo re-release it.
Worth your time. But yeah, so that's my recommendation, and thank you guys for doing this podcast with me.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Yep.
And is there any closing remarks you'd like to make, Elisha?
Well, thank you guys for listening to my ramblings. I know sometimes I'm not super coherent. You can catch me on, again, like I'm on Twitter, Katamari's Forever. I'm on Steam, also Katamari's Forever, and GamingTrend. That's really cool. I do like talking to some people, so if you do want to talk about like games or other stuff, that's cool too. Yeah, so that's where I am at right now. Trying to work on different like news stories, and also I want to do interviews. I have something lined up. I don't know if you know what the Frogware situation is with. They got delisted with some titles. Okay, but yeah, there's something in the works. Hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see.
Sounds good.
And we'll make sure we put links to your various things in the description below.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Elisha, Saber's best girl.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST.